Howdy, how is everyone doing? This is RE3. I hope that it doesn't go poorly because, as Enigma said, it is a complete chaotic RNG mess. So look forward to that. And I have some lovely gentlemen who have volunteered graciously to be on my couch. They are brave souls, and let's meet them now.
Are we on from? Oh, I got the microphone. Hi, I'm the level best, and I speedrun Resident Evil.
I'm Twan Man. I've watched Dagger do a lot of runs of this.
So he's completely qualified.
It is I, the Birdman.
Yeah,
And I speedrun Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but I like Resident Evil, so I guess that counts.
And subtitle, the shirt. Oh yeah. What costume did win? Sexy Cock Jill. Wow. So I guess that is.
Oh, number 4.
Nice.
Number 4 wins.
Ooh.
I was hoping for Resident Evil 1.
Well, I'm sorry, but like there's 8 choices, but I was told to do 5, and so I just did an RNG generator for it. So I believe we'll start when we hit start then, because this is timed in IGT and not RTA, and the IGT doesn't start until like after some cutscenes. So we'll just, for simplicity's sake, we'll just do it when we start. So are we ready on time? All right. So 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! All right. So.
Great start.
So RNG.
Perfect already.
Oh yes, it's already at world record pace because it will start to 0 here in a second. All right, so our Resident Evil 3, just real quick, it's just kind of the prequel and sequel to RE2. It's Jill's escape from Raccoon City, or as she calls it in that cutscene we just skipped, Raccoon City. That's pretty much all I know from or remember. There's a lot to go over in this game. We're not going to be able to cover it all.
Oh, we will.
Oh, no, we will not, because if you look up Orklon, the current world record holder's how to speedrun this game video, it is nearly 3 hours in length for a 40-ish minute run.
The monsters have
So
overtaken the city.
there's no way we're going to cover it all.
Somehow,
We'll at least be able to cover
I'm still
our seed of
alive.
RNG. I guess we can't cover everything because, as you said, the game is so random. But we'll be able to cover and explain the differences
Yes.
as much as we can.
Exactly. And as you notice maybe a little bit that we're definitely not in English right now. We are currently doing the Taiwanese version. The Taiwanese version allows us to skip a lot of the cutscenes and also allows us to skip doors by hitting the map key at certain times per door. And it's a manual input, so each door skip you're seeing is a manual input for me. Doors also have are slow or fast, and we'll probably try and go over that a little bit later. But right now is probably a speedrunner's least favorite part of this game. It is the basement.
The dreaded basement. No one likes the basement.
Oh, it's awful. I feel like more runs died in the basement than anything else, but we actually messed that up. But
It's okay, because we're not dying today, right?
we'll find out now, won't we? I thought I got that dodge. Oh, all right.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options to recover and for safety strats, so it's
Yeah.
not too bad if he takes some damage here.
Yeah, there's a few green herbs over here. I'm going to pick up one. Won't use it just yet. But that was a pretty terrible basement by most standards. You want to try and get out of there as fast as possible. And enemy, wow, holy.
So the reason that basement is so dangerous is because, as we were speaking about with the randomness, every single zombie's AI is completely random in addition to their location when they spawn. So they're different seeds. There's 3 different ways most of the enemies can spawn, but then how they react after they spawn is completely random. So the basement's really dangerous. You can get trapped, you can die, there's so much.
Yeah, admittedly, one of the things I was most worried about is having 2 zombies at the top of the stairs, because a ton of my runs have died because 2 zombies cock-block me at the top of the stairs, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, we actually got the good RNG here.
Yeah, they do this thing whenever they're on a slope. It doesn't have to be stairs. Just any time there's a change in the angle, they'll puke and they can stun lock you. It's especially if there's more than one zombie. It's sad to see.
Oh, so a few things I've been doing actually is I believe this was the first game that Resident Evil actually had quick turns in. it's really nice because especially in this version, you can just bind both shift and back, or run and back, and do a quick turn by the push of one button. But a lot of runners actually choose to do the manual. And right there was like our first little choice null mechanic for this game. We'll be picking the first choice in every single choice for the run, except for the last one, unless of course the incentive is met. I don't know if you guys have talked about that yet.
Also, the choice system, it's called, I believe, live
wow.
selection.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But right there, we actually just got lucky because that combination is one of 4 different variations, and you just brute force it. Because outside, if we had chosen to, well, we did choose to fight Nemesis, and we actually, if we did fight Nemesis, we'd pick up Brad's ID card and find out what the code is from the terminal behind the desk. And here is also the most notorious little bit.
Yes. You want to talk about the grenade launcher? Or?
Yeah, so if you're going for a true any percent, you want to have the grenade launcher in there because it's either the grenade launcher or the Magnum. If you were going to go for Magnum percent, you'd want that, but if it's any percent, you want the grenade launcher. Otherwise, it's a hard reset. So that was the 2 biggest reset heavy points in the game right there at the very beginning that were pretty all right, but the GL is actually not a huge issue anymore, but I guess we can, if you want to, do we want to cover that? Because
are you talking about the tool?
Yes, it's fairly...
All right, I'm gonna try to cover this without offending anyone.
Yeah, it's fairly divisive.
So, Resident Evil 3 has a long history, and as he said, the basement and the weapons locker, they're the most like reset heavy areas. So because of the PC version, you know, PC means mods, there are a couple tools. He's actually using one right now. It's a speedrun timer that lets him see like Jill's health and the timer of the game, and you can see the boss health, so it makes things a lot easier for the runner. But there's another tool that was created pretty recently, and I'm not too familiar with it because I don't run Resident Evil 3 anymore, but it's called a grenade launcher tool. And what that does is whenever you go into the weapons locker, even if it's a Magnum, when it goes into your inventory, it will treat it as a grenade launcher to prevent you from having to continuously reset. There's a couple things in addition to that I won't mention, but basically some people don't like it, some people like it. It makes for more consistent runs, so I think it's welcome.
Yes, and it's actually, oh man, not good there. Oh. If you get it right, you can actually just run right by that group of 3 on the stairs.
And he didn't mention it too much. We didn't speak about it. The doors. So
Ask about that.
yeah. So in the any version on PC, you can actually do the door skips. It's not limited to the Taiwanese version. And you can skip all the cutscenes and you can skip doors. A lot of people who play Resident Evil like reminisce about, you know, the nostalgic door loading sequences, but it's so much faster. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, it's like 20 to 30 minutes that you save just from skipping door loads. So it's really nice to do. And he was talking about like some doors are slow, some doors are fast. I believe it has to do with the music being loaded in the game. Like right now, how there's no music, he should be able to skip this door quick because it doesn't have to load. But any time when it goes from going from one sound playing in the background to another, you have to let it load a little bit.
Yeah, that's partially what it is. Sometimes there's some different doors, like there's some medium skip doors where it's in between slow and fast. So it's all it is just memorizing which ones are which.
Yeah, there's still a technique there. So like people can have identical strategies and performances, but the difference between a world record or not could be how fast someone skipped the door in comparison to another. It's not there quite yet, but that it's that great of a technique and that important to perfect if you want good times.
Hopefully we can get this out of here.
Oh,
no,
we
he
got a turbo.
No.
Yeah, turbo. Wow. Rip.
Yeah, so that's another example of how zombies AI is just, sometimes they walk real slow, sometimes they'll do the turbo and they'll move real fast. And you just gotta, part of being a good runner is, or just in this game specifically, is being able to adapt to those shifts in their AI and still like pull it off. But things are going pretty good so far.
So far, some of my least favorite parts are coming up soon.
Oh, what are those?
Like gas station puzzle, I still haven't memorized all like the actual things, so I usually just solve it all together while I'm doing the run.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so if I get stuck on a few spots. In that particular room, all the zombies could be on the floor instead of like that. And it actually changes which pattern you want to go with. Here we got bad luck with the zombies. It could have been dogs. Dogs, you wouldn't want to shoot the barrel. We gotta shoot both barrels though, so that we can get rid of both the zombies.
Yeah, there's like 3 down there.
Yeah.
I feel like you could talk about the speedrun and not mention the game, and I would think you're playing like Octopath Traveler or something, talking about RNG and like adapting on the
man.
fly.
Resident Evil 3 is like the epitome of randomness in the Resident Evil series. Like, so many people avoid it because of how ridiculous it is. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, to be sure.
But on the other hand, Nemesis.
Oh, and so, I mean, do you want to talk about the categories, Dagger?
Sure, why not?
Oh, I meant you. I mean, I guess I will. So
He's busy.
He's currently running 80%, and
Did it
80%, as you know, means just getting from start to finish as fast as possible, no matter
God.
what. Unfortunately, that means completely ignoring the title of Resident Evil 3, which is Nemesis, and skipping a lot of the boss fights. There's only 2 times you have to forcefully encounter Nemesis, like defeat him from start to finish, and 3 if you include the final boss fight. And so that's a little disheartening. But fortunately, a few years ago, people started to expand on categories in the series, and Nemesis percent was invented. And there's even all bosses where you fight Nemesis and in all of his encounters. But Nemesis percent means you fight Nemesis every single time, where you can take his health from 800 to 0. So if you want to see a little bit more action and not as much running around, then Nemesis percent runs are pretty good to watch.
Just gonna pick up these herbs. 'Cause I had a really bad hallway before the statue. Statue could be pretty bad as well, and heavy reset point depending on how the enemies behave there too. Also, I don't know if you saw before, but we had, going back to the slow and fast doors, slow and fast doors can change on a whim. Like earlier, this was a fast door, but it is now a slow door because there is now music playing. Here can be either dogs or crows, and I got dogs.
I love dogs.
If you like,
So cute.
if you had like a bar or like a flashing light of every single time like an randomness sensitive area approaches, it would just be constantly like blinking and flashing this entire game. It's ridiculous.
I was trying to bait an emergency dodge there. Not been able to do it just yet. Emergency dodge is another little system they added in this game where if you hit aim while you're about to be attacked by a zombie or anything else, Jill will push them off and not take any damage. Like that.
Yeah, that was actually really good. If you can get past him, oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. That's the one that actually, that zombie gets a lot of people and can easily ruin runs.
Yes. Yeah, the very first push, you saw me aim a little bit. It means I held it down a little bit too long.
And speaking of that zombie that he double pushed, you would think it's safe, even if in like a casual run, to just get rid of him so you don't have to deal with him, because he's really the only one who kind of like blocks your path. But for some reason in this game, those same zombies spawn in the same way 3 different times. They spawn once before you enter the restaurant and do the Nemesis encounter. They spawn again after you leave and you come back, they'll spawn. And then once Carlos, he'll like run you. I don't know if you guys heard it before, but he'll run by and then they'll spawn them a 3rd time. So you can actually kill the same exact zombies 3 different times.
currently we're just grabbing some things to fix up the train. We just grabbed a fuse.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Sometimes I kind of forget that there are people who've never played this game. So right now what we're trying to do is gather a bunch of like necessary parts to start the train car or the cable car. You need a fuse, you need 2 parts to make like a mixed oil, and you need a cable. And we're currently backtracking through the game to go and grab all those things. There was a wrench in the car that he needed to be able to access a lot of different areas, and now since he has the wrench, he's going to go back and do all that.
Yeah, we're gonna go to what's called the pharmacy. It's another lovely little area of the game where we're gonna do some keyboard inputs, which I really wish I could just type them out instead of having to move a cursor across the keyboard. I didn't notice the green herbs had spawned there, so that's really nice in case I need them.
We should have done a donation incentive for the Adgerville Satsprint Huckcure.
How would that have been? Like, oh, to do which one first?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
I don't know. I think I've already been pretty generous with the give them stars.
Maybe we can get chat involved. I'm sure they can hear me. Whoever's watching. There's 3 codes: Satsprint, Adgerville, and Aquacure. And if he guesses the fastest one, or whichever one he gets first, it'll just make it go faster. So, I don't know. Spam 1, 2, 3, whatever you gotta do. There's bound to be some people who've played Resident Evil 3 present. I hope.
We'll
Spam 1, 2, or Aquacure. How about that?
Oh, well, we're coming up on it, so it's not exactly like they'll be able to get in quickly. We can't do that poll just yet.
What do you guys think it'll be? I'm voting for Aquacure. I'm an underdog.
Satsprint.
Underdog.
I want a good run. Satsprint.
Hit.
If you get the P. Oh! Hey, first try. All right.
Good luck over here.
We secretly bet $100 before this, so I guess I have to pay up.
Wow.
But I'm broke.
Oh.
We didn't really bet. I just thought it'd be fun.
Hate to see it happen.
I thought I still had those 2 green herbs. Oh well, it's fine. This is lovely, a little horde. Hopefully we can get past the blue tank top so we can push the girl in the green tank top.
I just want to say that front zombie there was walking through the music.
That's not too bad, I guess. This is one I don't usually get. Yeah, I don't usually get that emergency push. I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna mention that that was not an actual like manual emergency push.
Sorry. I can't help but laugh when I see
Those
that.
brain suckers, man. They want it bad. They want you bad.
Wow.
You know what it is? It's that outfit.
I know, right? They can't resist.
Whoever donated for Special 4, that was on you.
$5 right here.
Wow.
That's because it was behind by like 20 cents. I was like, all right, let's do it.
So, oh man, I lost my train of thought.
I did too. Okay, good.
Oh, so I was gonna talk about his health. So you see that he's, taking a couple of hits, but it doesn't matter too much because Resident Evil, at least 2 and 3, there's a 200 health point system, and every enemy they deal like a predetermined amount of damage. So because of the version he's playing on, he can safely take, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 6 bites from zombies before he has to worry about healing, because he'll remain in fine status. And when you're in fine, you can run at full speed. But if he drops beneath fine and goes into caution or even danger, he'll be moving slower. But as long as he maintains fine status and healthy, he can run fast.
It's the same thing in Amnesia the Dark Descent. Like I could play it with a few cuts and bruises of a health status, and I could still be fine.
And it also helps to note that the item or what you have equipped on your character helps your speed as well. It varies for the different Resident Evil games, but in Resident Evil 3 specifically, holding one-handed weapons allows her to run faster than if she was holding two-handed. And it's
Turbo.
yeah, and surprisingly, the rocket launcher, and which is like one of the biggest weapons, you can hold with one hand and run fast. And the Gatling gun, which he needs to operate with 2 hands, she can also hold with 1 hand.
I think the rocket launcher also has like the greatest amount of frames to execute an emergency dodge, doesn't it?
That is true, yes. I believe the rocket launcher is the longest and the knife is the shortest.
All right, so this is my least favorite puzzle in the game because I can never remember the exact method of how to do it, even if I have like a cheat sheet right in front of me, which you can't see. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
Don't tip your hand.
We're experts here.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. Clearly, yes. As I get blocked by a chair,
Hey man, chairs are dangerous.
they are.
I stubbed my toe the other night cooking waffles.
I mean, you saw chairs flying around the room in my run.
We saw chairs attacking you in Silent Hill 4. Chairs are all over the place, man.
Beware of chairs.
I don't think I've ever seen D 3 times in a row.
That's what she said.
DDD. King DDD.
Wow. I mean, I was gonna say maybe it's they're doing it with Dagger.
Yeah, that's it.
Or DD.
Coming up Nemesis here. You can just get a pretty quick dodge because he's just gonna try and attack us with his left hand, so we're just gonna go to his right side.
Nemesis who?
Who's Nemi? What?
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Yeah, see, that was a lot better than last time because I didn't get the guy who was on the ground was not there, and we're gonna have our first encounter with Gravedigger here. Lovely, lovely enemy that we'll fight later.
That's that monster truck, isn't it?
Yes.
Gravedigger?
Yeah, see, there he is. All 4 wheels.
You just saw D 4 time.
Oh, God. We got to hit 2 switches real quick, and then we can get the ladder down. When I first started, I could not get the angles right at all, and I kept getting bit by Gravedigger. And when Gravedigger bites you, it's like 50 damage.
He bites hard.
Yes. Yes, he does.
He hungry.
He hungry.
All right, so now we're coming up to the clock tower section.
It's my favorite game.
Clock tower?
That's a whole nother game, whole nother series.
So we're gonna be playing Clock Tower now?
I actually did a few runs of Haunting Ground, which is like a clock tower spiritual successor, right?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Clock Tower 3 and I was gonna cry and clap for you.
Sorry, I've not played a single clock tower game at all.
I've watched gameplay of Clock Tower.
Now you get to cry for another reason.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I should cry for something else.
I'm sorry, it's on the list, but have you seen the prices of some of those games?
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Games are pricey.
They are. I bought a few of them. The guy in the middle of the couch back there got me to buy a little game called Kadelka. You probably never heard of it.
Oh my goodness, that Shadow Hearts
Yeah.
prequel.
Wow.
I've done a few runs of it. That also has a lot of RNG.
I've never played it, but I went out to an event where they sold like retro games and things, and people was like, oh, if you see Kodelka, get it. And I was like, all right, cool. I saw it, and it was like $140. I was like, you get it.
I love the game. It's
No,
a
you.
great game.
All right, so this is a little bit of a route, a difference of route. What we got is just early powders, which means we're going to use freeze rounds to take out Clock Tower Nimi. Did a bad quick turn. Otherwise, if we were if we didn't get early powders, they would spawn here in the save room that we're about to come into.
Something quick to note there. So this is something that, I mean, again, I've been retired, but it's something that came to light fairly recently in like Resident Evil 3's life cycle as a speedrun. But if you have your inventory full, once after he gets the clock tower key and he goes into the building, there's supposed to be a cutscene where Carlos gives you 6 freeze rounds. But if he fill up his inventory, which he did by getting the early powders, it'll skip that cutscene entirely. And he'll still have enough powder to get what Carlos would give him.
You can get a roar? Nope. There's a small chance that Nimi can roar when you go up those stairs, and it wastes 4 seconds. Just for no reason.
Why'd you only get 10 freeze rounds?
10 is what you get when you can.
Duh. Come on.
I mean, I have never gotten another value of.
Vesper over here is like, what?
It reminds me of like when you go into like, I don't know, fast food place and you're like, hey, can I have an extra dipping sauce? And like, no, that's what you get. You get one.
Get what you get and you don't fit the fit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So everyone's laughing. And it's,
All right, so this is the music box puzzle. The solution for this is always going to be up, down, up, down, up.
Up,
Where
up,
the
down,
pegs
left,
are
right,
going to
left,
be are completely randomized, so you can have a 1 to 6 change. I believe 6 is possible. I've not seen it, but I think it is.
I know 5 for sure. And another thing about that, again, going back to the different versions of Resident Evil 3, there are some versions of Resident Evil 3 that are even a bigger RNG mess, but not too much. Notably, the PlayStation version for US, which what I began the series with, that particular puzzle has random solutions. It's not always up, down, up, down, up, or whatever it is. It can be anything. So you actually have to manually go up and down on each individual peg on some of the versions. I know it also applies to one of the earlier releases of the Japanese version on PlayStation, but I just know some of them have it, some of them don't. I don't know exactly which ones.
Here's another lovely little different puzzle where we're going to pick up 3 little stones, look at the center time, and then put them in accordingly. So we have 5, which is not very good. Amber over here.
You want to break down this puzzle, or should I?
I don't really know the best way to do it, so I think you'd probably be more suited for that.
You guys can't see because it's in Taiwanese, but these are the 3 crystals: amber, obsidian, and no, sorry, 3 balls. That's not a joke. Amber, obsidian, and crystal ball, and they all represent individual value of 1, 2, and 3. From biggest to smallest, they're 1, 2, and 3. And what you do in that puzzle is you have to make the clock go to 12, and it's a combination of multiplication, addition, and subtraction. The picture on the far right, whatever you put into it, it will fast forward the time on the clock that many hours times 2. The one in the middle will add that many hours by its value, and then the one on the left will subtract it by that many.
All right, we're coming up on Clock Tower Nimi here, so hopefully we can.
I'm praying for you.
Yeah, because there's a technique that I'm not really great at and don't really have down called quick shotting that makes this fight very trivial. So we'll see here how it goes.
I believe in you. You have heals, right? Oh,
I got 4 off, or 3 off at least. Yes, sir.
oh, come on.
Oh god.
Oh, only a couple. You're safe. You're safe.
Yeah, it's fine.
There you go.
We got time for a donation now because we're just gonna.
Perfect. We have a $12 donation from Tweak1987, because give them stars. And I'll go ahead and take this time to plug. We do have a poll going on for which ending we're going to be choosing for Resident Evil 3. So go ahead and take a look.
I have a question about that. So when you say ending, do you mean like Barry ending or give them stars ending?
The options are give them stars and
Run, I think, probably. Oh,
run away. Yeah, those are the 2 choices.
Cool.
Oh man, I took a really bad angle there. So we're definitely going to be picking up that fast in the save room in the hospital. Wow. Just like
Hospice?
Oh, thank God we got spiders.
You don't like the drains?
No, I do not like the brain suckers. Carlos is really thin. He can squeeze right by that bell.
Right,
Wow.
Thin enough to squeeze by it and bulky enough to push it.
I just want to add, the only thing running through my head right now is NIT keeps running, and running.
Oh my, and running,
And running.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're not going to keep going?
And running, and running, and. Oh my goodness.
All right, so let's pray that we don't get 4th floor zombies because this was a massive choke right here at the beginning, getting 3 bites.
Yeah, that was a Popeye's biscuit choke.
Wow, I snorted.
Thank you for this
As long as you're snorting air, everything's
Oh.
okay.
top level commentary for everybody here. Top level.
You're welcome.
We had a snorting
Thank you.
laughter. We had a voice crack. Top
We had
tier
a
commentary.
sing-along. It was everything.
I was really wanting to do like the Night Fever thing with Disco Jill. Oh, we got 4th floor zombies. This isn't good. Oh wow, Turbo, lovely. So I'm not even gonna heal for a second here because I know I'm gonna get hit on the way in. So we're gonna YOLO Carlos because why not? At this point, why not?
Yeah. So, YOLOing Carlos, there's a puzzle coming up, which is, it's a lot faster to YOLO it on console in relation to PC, in contrast to PC, because you gotta actually watch the door load on console, so it saves more time. But what YOLOing means, so there's 4 different corners and there's like these metal plates where you have to push this little file cabinet or whatever it's called. And by YOLOing, you're guessing which one it is, and
Ooh.
unfortunately he got the wrong one. As you see, he got the dog collar shock. But so he's guessing which corner it goes in by the direction the cabinet's facing. The puzzle is just like mirroring what's going on in the opposite room. And
my God.
because the cabinet's facing towards the camera, he knows it has to be on that side of the room.
Which
But-
technically this is actually the best RNG to get it on against this wall. Because otherwise you have to push it past the bed and towards the door that you come in.
Yeah, he has the better of the 4. Again, Resident Evil 3 being crazy. The better of the 4 puzzle solutions. Well, the second best. The fastest would have been the one he tried initially.
Yeah.
But fortunately, it's still on that side of the room, so it's faster overall.
In addition, each each corner has their own code, and we're probably gonna have to kill these zombies because they're way too close.
I think it'll be fine.
No, I had this earlier. So if they're too close to the elevator,
Yeah, it won't close.
yeah, it just doesn't close. We'll go ahead and heal as well. And I'm de-equipping the assault rifle because you run slower with 2-handed items.
Can I say something to scare you for a second, Dagger?
Sure.
Now imagine B3 hunters, knife only.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be pretty bad because hunters in this game are very, very cruel. You want them in some areas, not necessarily anywhere in like very other. We'll say it later, I'm sure, because I'm sure I'm gonna get bridge zombies and not bridge hunters.
Well, yeah, let's not jinx where you want them.
This is another little puzzle that actually is the same every time. So while there is a lot of RNG, there are some very consistent parts.
And you just gotta love the consistent ones. You gotta cherish them.
Yes, exactly. So on the way out, like, we could have gotten no zombies whatsoever on the 4th floor, and zombies could have spawned in the basement, but currently what we're gonna have are hunters, and I hope I got both of them. Yep, we killed both of them.
Nice. In addition to all the random shifts that Resident Evil 3 has, there's also differences depending on what routes you take in the game, which, I mean, 3 is one of the shorter entries in the series, and it's not that important storyline-wise, because it's just the tale of how Jill escaped Raccoon City. If we didn't have this game, you could still tell the Resident Evil story efficiently. But the game does things with like the live selection where they give you the different choices and you know which rooms you go into first. The game will actually change according to what choices you make. So it's a nice little dynamic change of route that they implemented to entice people to play the game over and over again.
Yes, which of course makes me really hope that the if there is an RE3 remake, hopefully they implement that in such a way. Not too far.
If there is a Resident Evil 3 remake, if there is, Capcom or whoever's listening, let's just say, if I were to get a free copy,
For review.
Resident Evil 3 remake wouldn't be the only things I'm getting my hands on. Can I say that? Can I get from behind the curtains? Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know. Sure.
I'm asking from the showrunners.
The
I didn't say anything.
the silence speaks pretty loudly, I
Yes.
would say.
Honestly, I have no idea. So we'll just say it's good.
So we went to the hospital because Jill was infected during the a cutscene that we skipped from Clock Tower Nimi with a virus, and Carlos went to go get the vaccine to cure her. All right, so here's what I was talking about with Bridge Hunters. So hopefully we get Bridge Hunters instead of. Nope, we got zombies.
Oh no.
Hopefully we can proc him and then run
Come
behind.
on, get.
Oh well.
You gotta give him that spin move, man.
Hopefully we get
the
dogs.
juke.
Nope, we got Hunters. This is going to be potentially bad.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
All right, so this wasn't too bad because they're worse going or on that one part than elsewhere.
Come on. You can. Oh wow!
Oh.
He just let me grind up on him.
That boy, he was thinking hard about life.
Yeah,
He didn't care.
yeah. It just chilling, and we're gonna come over here to grab some of these because I don't really want to go against Gravedigger with 145 health. This is a puzzle I think a lot of people really don't like, but hang on.
You got this, man.
I didn't do it right.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Right? No, it's over. Restart it.
Okay. Sorry, I did that wrong. Hang on.
It's okay. Everybody has like their way to do it, and if you get knocked off of that rhythm, it's just.
We got the fountain though. That's fine.
It's better to start over. Oh yeah, the fountain's pretty.
I don't get. Look. I'm hitting down. I swear to God.
You can do this.
We'll do
Third
it
time's
slow.
the try.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey.
Yo, the hardest puzzle in the game, guys. You did it. First try.
I didn't say anything.
I'm gonna take 2 tries away from that. That's
Hey,
right.
hey.
3 for Resident Evil 3.
And 3 over 3 equals 1, so technically it was first try.
3 equals 1. Can you explain that?
3 over 3.
Oh, 3 over 3.
Look, I don't math well. That's why I'm in a field that doesn't require math. So let's not go with math.
Same.
All right. Okay, there we go.
Are you gonna bother with the safety fast?
We got 200 health. I think we're fine. Unless he trolls the hell out of me, which will not be fun at all if he does.
I think you'll be fine regardless.
I think so too, but we will find out. I've never one-cycled Worm, so I highly doubt it'll happen.
I have faith. Look at those legs. Special for
Put your
putting the
back
work.
into it. Come over here, pick up a key so we can go to the waste disposal. And inexplicably, there is... I don't know how you're supposed to originally get in that room without going through there, but it makes no sense. All right, quick turn. Oh, quick turn, and back up.
Oh.
Proc that, run forward, and then suddenly we're here.
Nice.
Or you could just run straight. That works too.
Oh, God, I dropped it.
And Joe keeps running.
Oh.
Running.
Yeah, we def...
Ooh.
Alright.
If I could have nailed the quick shots, I would have been able to do that. But so quick shots. All right, let's see if we can fire.
Oh yeah, we didn't even explain quick shooting.
Yeah, hang on.
All right, so while he's doing this, because this is a really important thing. So quick shooting, what it basically does is it cancels the firing animation for your gun early and resets it so you can shoot faster than what you're normally intended. It was featured from the first Resident Evil, and it's in 1, 2, 3, and there's a variation in the remaster as well. But I believe those are the only 4 Resident Evil games that have quick shooting.
Yeah, the way quick shooting's done is like you have to just spam the aim button during certain like parts of the recoil animation, and if you don't do it correctly, she'll drop the gun for a second instead, and it's not great. And because we have bridge zombies, we're grabbing this other herb.
Yeah, depending on how fast the gun shoots or how slow it shoots, just the overall shooting speed, the timing for the quick shooting is different. Fortunately for speed running, you only use really the Magnum, the grenade launcher, and the handgun. Most people quick shoot, nice. Most people quick shoot by just spamming the heck out of the aim button and hoping for a quick shot, but others can like time it. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Oh my, okay, you're fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. I'm fine. We're good.
Everything's fine. We're good.
So
Jill's fine.
what you really want to do for hunters is you kind of want to try to run as straight at them as possible, because then that will try to get them to jump over you. But that first one did like a move, like he looked like he was about to jump, and then he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to skip leg day today.
Also consistent with like the original Resident Evil and 3. It's a similar strategy to like avoiding Nemesis punches. They only attack with one hand when they aren't jumping, so to stay on that side in case that they don't jump is favorable.
All right, we got the steam puzzle here. Can I hit yes, please? Thank you. Can I hit yes again? Thank you.
Nice. So for this puzzle, you're actually supposed to run all the way around the room. You're supposed to like press the switches in a certain order and go to the opposite end of the room to like cancel out all the steam. But if you switch the steam to be lower on that right in front of the console that you're supposed to use, and you spam the interact button, you can actually avoid all that and still enable it through the steam.
All right, so we're running out of this room because we're gonna trigger those zombies to be elsewhere, because otherwise they'd be completely clustered near the elevator and we wouldn't be able to get by them. It's just faster to and safer to just go reset the room. Oh, we got hunters this time. 1 of 3 enemies can spawn here, and please don't be sewer. Oh, thank God.
Perfect.
Hunters can spawn in here, and it's not a good time at all. It is absolutely the worst thing to happen, because runs can easily die to getting stun locked to hunters while you're trying to climb up on one of the ledges.
I gotta say, watching this, like, just coming from like having history with the game, watching this is like watching your kid like try to cross the street by himself for the first time. Like, and plus, I've never seen one of your runs, so I'm just hoping nothing bad happens as I'm watching.
My baby. Hang on.
My baby's all grown up.
We're gonna pull this
My
up.
baby's alive, more like.
Oh.
You guys remember that commercial, The Baby Alive?
Vaguely.
I don't remember exactly what it did, because there was a lot of different dolls, but it was like, Baby Alive.
Oh. I do know what you're talking about. Oh.
Oh my goodness. This guy, he just like went back in time.
Oh my
I
God.
was more shocked by your voice, but yeah, I remember that. They had like the one that you could feed the baby and it would actually like do
Yeah.
stuff, and you could like brush his teeth or whatever.
Okay, so
Things.
seeing as so I'm not even gonna explain that puzzle. That's one of the most troubling puzzles if you don't have a cheat sheet. For actually, fun fact, when I first cleared this game when I was 6, I got all up to that puzzle and my brother had to do it for me, but everything else is fine. But basically that puzzle has another 4 different solutions, and depending on the positioning of the first 2 blocks, there's like different ways for the runner to know which set of solution you're supposed to use. He got one of the
I think it was actually the best, because it was left 1, left 2, right 2.
high empty, I think, is the fastest with 4.
Oh yeah, it's right 1, left 2.
Yeah.
And hang on, this is the not a great part.
Yeah.
This is acid nemesis.
We actually might have to keep quiet for this. Do you need the audio cues of the valves and things?
No, I just need the first 2 steps.
All right. I'll let you explain this. This is your time to shine.
This is not my time to shine. This is my time.
Come on.
Okay.
Get it.
So he's gonna focus, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So,
try to.
Acid. Do you mind me talking? Is that
Go
fine?
for it.
Okay. So Acid Nemesis, and this was the first time I ever seen this strategy done was by a runner named Xeno, like really old school Resident Evil 3 runner, but it was actually popularized by a runner by the name of Wolf DNC. And if you run Resident Evil 3, you know his name. And it's crazy because for the longest time, people didn't believe it was faster than the previous strat of using the freeze rounds. But you can completely avoid 4 item pickups and a bunch of inventory management by perfect.
Yeah!
That was fucking perfect.
Yes!
That was look. Okay.
I'm gonna keep clapping.
There was a race. I'm not gonna say the runners' names, but there was a race at GDQ, and
I don't know.
they it was like chaos on this part. Like it's so bad. It was complete chaos. One runner died. So the fact that not only did he survive,
The runner's run
but
died. The runner didn't die.
no, he died.
Like,
No, he
the
died.
character died.
Not the runner though. The character.
Oh no. Yeah, no, the runner's alive.
You look so serious.
He's completely
He's
fine.
deceased.
Jill Valentine
He
of
has
Resident Evil
expired.
3 Nemesis died.
Oh my
My
god.
bad.
Sorry.
No, but so yeah, not only did he survive that, but he also executed it perfectly. Like the only thing that could have gone better is if he was like pre-positioned to pick up the keycard, but Nemesis didn't troll him. He hit every single valve only one time. It was amazing. Good. I want to clap for that again because that's really hard to pull off.
I'm proud of you.
Oh my god. We're picking up that safety pass for Final Nemi.
You'll be fine.
I just want to make sure, man, because Final Nemi is like something that I'm not incredibly great on.
And you're making really good time so far. Like this could have easily been sub 45 if you.
Yeah, if I executed a few spots better.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like the last part. So we're gonna need to know really soon whether or not we're giving him stars or not.
No, we're giving them stars. What do you mean?
I just want to know.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's the donation.
donation.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
If you got the coin,
Yo, guys, if you want us to give him stars, now's your time to participate in that poll.
Now's your time to shine.
Absolutely. Right now, Give 'em Stars is still barely winning by 12 bucks. So anything can happen.
So Final Nemi can change. Your strat can change depending on where you got early or late powders. We got early powders. We have the mine thrower. So it'd be probably a little bit easier because all we have to do is hit him with the 6 mine thrower rounds and the acid rounds. Whereas before you would need 3 freeze rounds. God, I'm trying to remember what else. Some acid, and then I think a few gunshots would also do the trick as well.
This mine thrower thing is new to me. That's some new school stuff. I'm too old.
The quick shot for the mine thrower is such an unbelievably like small window because you just like pop all 6 rounds off at the same time, but it's also kind of bad because
you nailed it.
We're tired.
What a dodge.
right
Emergency dodge.
because if a cutscene procs
Safety
before
strat.
the mines blow up, the damage is canceled. So hopefully we can just only shoot him once with the rail cannon instead of several times.
Yes. So what you want to do is fire the shots and just let it explode all over him, and it'll be fine.
See, I can't get these shots. I just get all 6 out. And I'll let them blow up before I swap over.
As long as you don't die, it's still better than my run at DreamHack Dallas. No matter what happens. So for this fight, you can't actually kill Nemesis with your weapons. You actually have to use that rail cannon that's charging. If you get his health down to a certain amount, I'm not sure if it's 0, he'll actually recover health. But once you lower it to a certain amount, he'll come through this path that he's doing right now. No matter what you do, he'll go and start chonking on that tyrant, that dead tyrant with the fire. He likes spicy food, I guess.
All right, we're giving him stars.
Oh yeah, stars or not.
Are we putting stars upon bars?
We are giving them stars.
Perfect.
Excellent.
All right, so
That's what you get.
we have one last choice, or What would you call? What was it called again?
Live selection.
Okay, so we have one more selection to make, and this is the one time in the run where you would pick the last one. But since we're giving him stars, we're picking the first one.
All right, everyone in chat, get. You want stars? I'll give him stars. Ready? I'll give you stars.
Yes.
Star emoji.
Here it comes. Perfectly placed Magnum
Right.
with 6 shots.
Perfect amount of
You
ammo.
want stars?
More than enough.
I'll give you stars.
We gave him stars.
Are you gonna step back and watch him shrivel?
I mean, it's right there. We're watching him shrivel now.
No, I mean, but like really, really watching.
Nah, we'll just keep going. It's fine. All right, we're coming up on time real quick. And we'll just say time now. Woo! Dear God.
Nice.
Great job.
Yeah, that went really well.
It was like a 49, like 02, I think, at the
You
end.
survived.
Mushroom clown thought you.
Runner is still alive. Success.
I'm not gonna lie, the acid nimming went better than I thought it would. Cause,
It went amazing.
dude,
Yeah,
all
that
in
was
practice,
really
all
good.
in practice, I kept missing the second switch every single time.
You know what's funny? That
What?
was you were most worried about acid nemesis.
Yeah.
And just botched everything else in the
Pretty much, dude. It's exactly how that went. But, so real quick, I guess I'll say thank you guys so much for being on the couch. You guys
you
are
for having
awesome.
us.
Thank you, NoReset, for having me. This was amazing. And hopefully I can actually turn in some not terrible runs. And next we have Level Best with Resident Evil Dead Aim, so stay tuned for that.
Thank you. Great run. Great run.